Hey everybody, welcome to the latest episode of the Rock Expanse with Mike Brunn. On this episode, I'm excited to be sharing with you some exclusive new information about the great new Kiss book, The Demons of Rock. Joining me on this episode will be both authors, Alan and Per, who will give you some great insights to what this book is all about, when you can place an order, where you can place an order, and when the book is going to ship. Lots and lots of great information in this. I think you guys are going to really enjoy this. So let's jump in and let's get started. Hey everybody, welcome to the latest episode of the Rock Experience with Mike Brunn. Today I'm really excited to have with me not one but two great guests here to talk about the newest Kiss book. I'm going to start off, Alan. Welcome back to the show. It's great to have you here.
Great to see you again. How are you?
Likewise, I'm doing good. It's early on my side in America here, but it's late in the evening your side, but I'm honored to have you back with us again.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
And we have somebody new with us for this time, first time on the show. Per, welcome to the show.
Thank you. First time on any show, basically.
Oh, I'm honored.
Premiere. Yeah.
Awesome. So why don't we just talk a little bit about why I have the both of you guys here. And Alan, I'll start with you, right? This is your seventh book, if I'm not mistaken. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's your seventh book coming out, right?
I lost count after 5. So yeah, it's the seventh book.
It's your seventh book and it's set to come out soon. And we'll talk about release date and all of that. But you did decide this time to bring in a partner with you. So I guess first, let's just talk about, why this time a partner, and then we'll get into what the book's about.
Okay. Well, I didn't really plan this, but Per, a few months ago, came up to me and said, I have a great idea for a book. And I was a bit hesitant because if you've never made a book before, it's not a hobby I recommend. But he was very insistent and very convincing. And he will tell you all about his idea and his project. And once we had a brainstorming session, which was scheduled to be an hour and turned into 3.5 hours, I was sold, and we decided to go ahead and publish this book.
That's awesome. That sounds like just to me a typical Kiss conversation where, hey, let's just talk for a few minutes and then it goes on and on and on, right?
Exactly.
That's the way Kiss fans are. So Per, maybe for people who are watching or listening, and I know a lot of Kiss fans know who you are, no doubt about it, but just talk a little bit about how you became a Kiss fan, when you became a Kiss fan, and then let's morph into, discussing about the book.
Well, I think we said 1980 on the back cover of the book. So apparently that's a fact. But I started 1979, I realized the other day when I found an old cassette that was dated. And 1979, that was the first thing I ever had, collected since. I would consider myself a vinyl guy more than anything else, but yeah, it escalated somewhere along the timeline, I guess. This book have been in the works for maybe 7-8 years, something.
Wow.
You have an idea and you kind of want to, and you don't know how, and this could be shared and this could not be shared, and yeah, see if people like it. I mean, it's a subject that's never been up to my knowledge in any other book directly, and since I was a kid, when you went into a record store, you saw all the cool stuff on the walls, ceilings, floors, whatever, but you couldn't buy it basically. And you walked away with your record and you put your name down on record divider or a mobile or a post or whatever, and you couldn't actually get it until you were lucky to get a phone call from the record store. So this is basically about all that stuff that you couldn't buy. And yeah.
Yeah, so let's dig a little deeper into that, right? So you're saying this is the stuff that you saw in the store. So I think this book is about, right, all the promotional items for KISS for pretty much like a decade time period. So let's kind of really drill in on that. What exactly is the topic of the book?
It's a record only.
Ooh, okay.
Because if we go into toys and everything else about
right.
these toys, it's gonna become a Bible basically. It's 1974 to 1982, not for any reasons more than that's just the perfect time.
Of course.
And everything that's connected to a record release, basically.
Okay, so this is all promotional material. So it's not just, correct me if I'm wrong, it's not just the promotional vinyl itself. It's the promotional posters. Maybe it's promotional ads. Like help me understand what.
Yes,
because it's 1,200 items is a ton of stuff.
It's a promo material for album releases. So the first idea was, let's do promo, anything promo. But you have so much, and we had 15 albums to cover.
Yep.
So we couldn't do concerts, we couldn't do toys, we couldn't do merchandise. So we focused on album releases, and that's from KISS to Creatures of the Night, you have about 15, 16 albums. And that was already plenty to cover. And it's only promo. Once again, it's not stuff, it's not Aucoin merch, it's not stuff that you could buy. It's stuff that you could not buy. That's why I think Per said that it's never been introduced or discussed in a book before, and it was not easy to put together, as you can imagine. So we're very excited about it.
So with 1,200 pictures and it's stuff you can't buy, I have to imagine you needed the support of other fans. Unless I know, Per, you're a huge collector, so maybe you have all 1,200 items. I don't know. But,
you don't get by without a little help from your friends. It's, that's no lie. I mean, you can't have it all. Some of the items in here is seen. Some of these are maybe not seen that much. Some will never be seen again. And it's a book for everybody, to be honest. Even if it's an old guy like me and I buy this, somebody else did it, I will still be happy for the stuff inside it. You can stand by it, to be honest. It's a good haul of items in here for everybody to enjoy, to be honest.
You said, Per, that you had this idea for like 7 or 8 years. When exactly did you approach Alan? And I know we said it was like a 3-hour conversation, but did you think going into that conversation you're going to be able to twist his arm and get this done?
He was trying to twist my arm for 5 years.
I mentioned it before. I have.
Every time I was releasing a book, he was there. Hey, I have an idea for a book. Like, not now. Hey, I have an idea for a book. Not now.
So then, Alan, let me ask you this: why now?
Yes.
Why now?
Well, so I had just finished shipping KISS on Tour late last year. So it was October, November, and Per and I have known each other for more than 10, 15 years, easy. And we're messaging, texting, and he asked me again this time, hey, I have this idea for a book. And I was like, what is it? And he says, how about promo stuff? And I thought like promo stuff like press kits, for example. He says, yeah, press kits. And so I said, okay, I'll listen to you. Let's have this meeting. So we set up this meeting, I think it was late November. And he says, okay, so I have this idea. So we can do this and that. And I'm thinking already how to make the book. And so we're doing 15 albums. You have 15 or so press kits. You take about 2-3 pages per press kit. That's 45 pages. And I said, well, you can't really make a book with 40 pages. And then he says, yes, but you're thinking US press kits. You have UK press kits, Canada press kits, German press kits. And all of a sudden my head like, oh, wow, I had no idea. And then he says, let's do a video. And so we do a video and he shows me the Rock and Roll Over German press kit. And I was like, wow, I've never seen this before.
Mm-hmm.
So cool. And then he takes another folder and shows me promo stickers, promo flyers. And then he says, I have posters, I have in-store displays, I have this, I have that. And I was convinced during that meeting that there was a lot of material that I had never seen. And I've been a fan for decades. I love Kiss. I think everybody knows I've been a Kiss fan for a long time. And it was things I had never seen one after another. So I thought this is a great topic for a book. And that meeting was how he convinced me to go ahead.
I think one of the amazing things that I picked up as you're saying that call was in November. Is that November 2021?
Yes, of course.
Wow. So here we are only 3-4 months later, and the book is basically done. How do you pull that off in 4 months? The two of you getting all of these photos, 1,200 photos. I'm assuming that there's writing in the book also. It's not only photos. How do you pull that off in 4 months?
Well, Per has an incredible collection. He will not maybe say it, but I'll say it for him. His collection is amazing. And if he doesn't have the stuff, he knows the people who know people who know people who have the stuff.
The people.
And or just the people who has the stuff. Yeah. And I was always reluctant to collaborate because you don't know who you're dealing with. But he really stepped up to the task, and he scanned everything, took photos in record time, and I got all the material I needed very, very quickly. And so we work on the layout and design. I was showing him what it would look like. He would getting more photos. So it was a very, very smooth project. So I have to give him credit for staying on schedule and getting things done so quickly.
So Per, let me ask you, obviously, like Alan said, you're a big collector, and Kiss fans that are collectors know your name, certainly through the collectors circuit, I'll say. Was there any items as you were going through this that you maybe never saw or never knew about before that you were like, holy crap, I've never seen that before?
That's the best part, to be honest. There's easily 5 to 10 items that just popped up during the process of the book. And as late as 3 days ago, we added, I think, the last picture to the book. Wow. That I found by accident. So the puzzle is not done, my dear people. It's there's still missing pieces, and there will never be a full puzzle with these guys. There's too much stuff out there. But sure. This is all I know, to be honest. It's in this book.
Right. And that's the way these things work. I mean, it's all we know today. Tomorrow, somebody's going to get that book and they're going to say, hey, I have this item. And that's one of the cool things about these kind of books is that you learn about other things that none of us know about when somebody buys the book, reads it, and says, holy crap, I have this item here. I live in Finland or wherever, and Hong Kong, and you guys don't have this item in the book. And then Kiss fans like, wow, holy crap, I can't believe it.
Yes and no. Before people get excited and think they can retire with that item, we had a lot of items. We had a lot of things that we didn't put in the book. Okay. Also, so just like Per said, we're not trying to complete the puzzle, but we show the best pieces out of maybe, I don't know, 1,800 photos. You select the best 1,200, try to make 220-page book is already very, very large and significant collection. We try to showcase the best, the cool stuff. Really, it's all about the cool stuff. Like Per said earlier, record divider, a poster, a sticker, something very unique and very, very that was available for a short time. It's really the key to these things, that you had to be at the right place at the right time. And 6 weeks later, they were gone. So it's a kind of a trip down memory lane for the 70s, early 80s of.
Well, I'll say this: I love the ad that you put out for the book. Maybe about a month ago. Correct me, my timeline might be off. but it was almost like a throwback to the Destroyer ad when it was like you said the sold out books and you had your pictures of your old books, and then you said the next one with just a black box. And at the time I didn't know it was going to be a promo book, but I'm like, oh man, I love that ad. That's such a cool thing you did. And then when I heard it was going to be a promo book, I'm like, the light bulb went off. I'm like, that was so freaking cool the way you promoted your book with the throwback to an old Kiss ad in some ways. So I thought that was really cool.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you very much. We had a lot of fun.
It's a little thing. He's a master when it comes to the little things. He's the smallest thing, and I'm nearly ashamed to say I didn't notice some of the things. And it was like, did you notice that one? And I was like, what? And I looked at it, and it looks great.
Right.
Awesome. You mean that one? And he got an eye for detail that's insane, to be honest. It's really, really for details.
Absolutely.
And it's impossble to show all these items. It's going to be like a coffee table book from hell, basically.
Right.
But stuff that never been seen, stuff that you'll probably never see again. And it's a fun ride. I promise you that. It's not just a compilation of pictures. It's much more than that, to be honest.
So I think that you're touching on a good point there. Is the book really geared towards, I'll say, the Kiss collectors or just the average Kiss fan? Like, who do you think would be interested in this book?
I hope everybody, because it's just for details. Yes, there's the nerdy details that you see take you like a thin red thread through the whole thing. But then again, it's more like a trip memory lane, like you said. With the ads from the magazines, the stuff you saw in Circus, Rock Scene, and Cream when you were a kid. I mean, it's basically the posters, the displays, all the stuff you found in record stores as a kid should be in there. It's I think everybody will enjoy it. To be honest, it's a wide audience.
I think we struck a balance between fun and informative. You also have a look at the press kits. We've all seen the photos coming from the press kits in magazines or newspapers, but maybe you don't know in which press kit it belonged. Maybe you're interested in that kind of details when you're into buying a press kit on eBay or wherever. So you want to know if you have a complete press kit. And to me, I learned so much in this book. Again, it's not a topic I was really knowledgeable about, and it was a great eye opener and very informative. Even after 40 plus years, you learn new things about your favorite band. That's again that this project was a lot of fun. We set out that we said we're going to work hard to make it work, but we also should have fun, and we totally did on that. So I hope people see that through the pages and also enjoy the experience.
So what's the layout of the book like, right? So it sounds like you're covering, all the classic era albums. Does it go album by album, and then within there's like sections for the country? So just talk a little bit about what the layout's like.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, we broke down the book in chapters for each album release. So you have all the promo materials related to the first Kiss album, then Hotter Than Hell, Dress to Kill, Alive, Destroyer, the originals, etc., up until Creatures of the Night.
Very nice.
And again, it's only album releases. If we had added
right.
toys and merch and concerts, we will probably still be working on it.
Well, to me, I think one of the things I'm picking up from this conversation right now is it's only, I'm using air quotes for that, anybody who's listening and not watching, it's only for the albums. But you don't have to be a vinyl collector, it sounds like, to really enjoy this book. I mean, to me, when I hear about some of those advertisements and promotions, like I said, when I saw your promo for this with the coming next or whatever, I got excited, and I'm not the biggest vinyl collector. So it sounds like this could be right.
It's definitely not oriented to vinyl. It's albums, so album releases.
Yep.
So the press kits, the ads, the posters, the flyers, stickers, all these kind of items all compiled from all over the world, again, from Argentina to I don't know. I don't think we have anything from Zimbabwe, but you get the idea, from all over the world.
Right. I don't think we've said the name of the book yet, so maybe we should drop the name of the book in right now. So
that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
There's a reason to the title that we chose, and it's The Demons of Rock.
Yeah.
And why The Demons of Rock? Because in the early albums, Casablanca was promoting Kiss as the demons of rock and roll. The demons of rock and roll are dressed to kill. The demons of rock and roll are harder than hell. We've all probably seen the ads or heard or read it. So we took that phrase, shortened it to The Demons of Rock, to sort of link with the promo idea, the promo topic of the book. And of course, is there a better description than The Demons of Rock for early Kiss stuff? I don't think so.
There's another detail with an ad. There's a Dress to Kill ad, and the text on the ad is fairly small. And when Alain said the title, I was like, I love that. And he said, yeah, it's good, right? It's good. I like it too. And it's on the ad. And I was like, it's on the ad? And I had this ad for I don't know how many years. And I looked at it how many times, I have no idea. But at the bottom, it actually said The Demons of Rock. And I was like, okay. It's kind of like a sign, you know. It's epic title.
It is. No, when I heard that was the name of the book, I'm like, oh, that totally makes sense to me. It's epic title. It said perfectly, Per. Epic title. Yeah. I agree. So, Per, let me ask you, now that you have, I'll say, your first book under your belt working with Alan on this, do you think you're going to enter the book world the way Alan has?
I don't know. I mean, it's been fun. It's been intense, for sure. But like you said, it's from November to now. After nagging all these years, throwing suggestions, I had to speed up and showcase the stuff fast enough so you can produce a book. But yeah, it's been fun. You never know. It's we'll see.
Okay.
We start with number one, maybe.
There you go. I know you said there's about 1,200 photos in the book. That covers roughly how many promo items? Do you know?
I have no idea, to be honest. I would say, to my knowledge, all posters, all promo displays, in a way, press kits. Tried to stay out of the press kits just for concerts and toys and stuff, just merely head on for vinyl releases. And I'm not sure, 1,200 pictures. No idea how many items. I mean, in the press kit, you maybe have five pictures. I'm not even going to try to do the math on this. I'm not.
I think we'll just go with this hundreds of items. Hundreds.
We'll
go with
hundreds.
Definitely.
Very good.
Oh, great. Alan, I have to ask you, every time you post that you're writing a new book or creating a new book, of course, in all the comments, you get the magic jokes. Did it ever get tiring for you? Like, enough with the magic jokes?
Well, there's one way to end the magic joke, but
yeah,
that's
of course.
not to me.
Of course.
That's all I'm going to say. No, I think it's become it's hard to avoid, unfortunately. I go along with the joke. I smile, with always in the background being extremely disappointed and sad for everyone. But yeah, well, I mean, it has become a running joke at this point. So, well, we do what we do best, which is making books, and as you can see, it's not rocket science.
No, it's not. And you know, one of the things I love about your business model is that, and you've said this even online, you're not taking money from fans until your book is ready. And I think at this point, your book is ready, correct?
It's totally ready. You just need to one final proofread and send it to the printer. And the book is done. The book is totally done. Yes.
So when would fans who are starting to order now expect that shipments could start?
Shipments should start, I would say, the latest March 14th. So in about 2 weeks or so.
2 weeks. That's awesome. And how do people order the book?
That's a very good question. If you were lucky, smart, and fortunate enough to get the previous book, you go to the same website, which is kissontour74-83.com in one word, kissontour74-83.com. And now you can pre-order The Demons of Rock.
Say the website one more time for people, just so that when they're listening, they're writing it down, they could get it right.
Yes, kissontour74-83.com.
Excellent. Now, one of the things I always love about your books in the past is that you've had photos that have become, like, I'll say, exclusive. People never saw these photos before. And I'm just going to say this. I know in the past, I've seen some fans share some of those photos online, which I'll say upsets me, even though I'm not the one doing the work on the books. You know, this is your hard work. So I'm sure there's going to be photos in this book, even though they're promo items. And, you know, there's going to be photos of things that people have never seen. And I don't know, maybe you want people to share them this time. I don't know. But my thought is people should not be just sharing your work like that. Does that ever upset you when you see your photos all of a sudden being shared around the internet for free?
Especially the photos that I paid a lot of money for,
of
yes,
course.
for licensing, yes. And well, yeah, we had this issue with the last one, where I kindly asked everyone not to share certain photos, and someone, for various reasons, I don't want to make a big deal out of it, but the story was, I contacted the photographer, I worked with him, and he dug through his archives and found the photos for me for the book. I licensed them, paid a decent amount of money for them, and he posted them on the website. And that person gave a link to the website. It was already published and all that, and it's not, these are not my photos. But just the main thing was, I didn't want people to see them online before they saw it in the book, so as not to spoil their surprise and their the pleasure they would have looking at them in the book by themselves. That was the main thing. Don't spoil the surprise for the other people. That's all.
I agree.
After that, you know, it's impossible to police, and I'm not the internet police in any way about that stuff. But just I was trying to keep the surprise element and the pleasure element for everyone as long as I could. Now it's over.
Yeah, but that's the point to buy a book these days, because you want the stuff. The things with these and the internet today, you can see all the images basically everywhere if you Google. But I don't want to have a laptop in my knee when I sit down and enjoy a whiskey. I want to have a good book, and I want to see all the pictures included in that book and enjoy it.
Agreed.
Not just online. I mean, online is really good, but it's not the same. It's not even close.
No, I agree with you. And Alan, I think you're being a gentleman. I'm going to say the way you just spoke about it. It upsets me when I see people stealing, I'm going to call it, other people's work. And we just heard here, Per, you spent hours, days, weeks taking hundreds of photos for this book. So I'm going to ask that the fans just respect that and respect the work that the two of these guys have done. Alan, you put out tremendous books for us time and time again, and I want to see them keep coming. So I'm asking the fans to please respect the hard work that these two guys have done for this book.
That's very kind of you. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
No, absolutely. Alan, I know that, you've done, like I said, 7 books, I think, before the 6, 7, 8, whatever the number is, right? We're all losing track, right? I know fans are always asking for a book from the 80s and 90s era. Any plan to maybe do something like that? I'm going to keep harassing you about this until you actually do it. So.
You give in sooner or later.
Oh, I'm going to put Per on the case because apparently he's the one that knows how to twist the arm.
That's a good question, and I suspect a few people were anticipating that this would be the non-makeup book. Believe me, I tried several times. I contacted the authorities. I had great photos from Shinko Archives for the Crazy Nights tour in Japan. I had other very good photos. I did not get the nod of approval or the pat on the back or just the okay or the yes I was expecting. So I decided not to go forward with the non-makeup. I love the non-makeup era. It's nothing personal. I grew up with in the 80s, but it's the second time that this project is not is blocked, basically. So after a while, you have to
put your
think of
energy
something else to do. Yes.
somewhere else. Makes sense.
Exactly.
Totally makes
But
sense.
maybe someone else can do it. I'll buy it.
There you go. Me too, right? Excellent. So we said the book's coming out March 14th. This show is going to ship right around March 14th. The website, you gave that address. Anything else that you guys want the fans to know about with this book?
Do you want to show something?
Oh yeah, if you have something to show. I didn't want to put you guys on the spot, but yeah,
No.
show away.
Yeah. If you're seeing stuff like this, I'm not sure what you can see on the camera. It was hard to pick one item for stuff like this.
Yeah, it was very hard to pick one item.
Wow.
1976 press kit, Germany. I'm not sure how much this can be seen.
I was able to see the cover of the press kit very nicely. Let's see.
It's an odd one.
Nice.
Can this be seen?
Absolutely. Kiss in concert. I see the Destroyer and see the other album covers with looks like tour dates underneath. European tour dates.
Yeah. There's two different ones coming for this. One, I guess, connected to the tour, and one for the release. Mainly the same poster, but then you have the bottom part with only dates. Nice. And it comes with a test press in the German in 1976 one, and it comes within like the cover is a vinyl cover.
Yep.
Well, not a vinyl cover. It's a press folder with the test press within. And this is pretty early stuff. There's one previous this. But for being Europe, it's very early stuff for being press release with this amount of TLC on covers and all this, and stickers on it's a good one.
Yeah, and I love that era of Kiss because, as big Kiss fans know, that was the first time they played Europe. It was that, what was it, May-ish of May 76, I think it was, if I remember right off the top of my head.
May, June.
Yeah, and they were still in the Alive outfits at that time. So I love that era of the band. Absolutely love it.
And most of the stuff starts around 76-ish
right
in Europe. There's not much previous 70, 76. There's some stuff 75. It's in the book, but it's fun.
That's all the, you just show that, and I could say I've never seen that before. So that was
okay.
That was why we're showing some fun stuff here. But Alain has a very good story on the stuff he's going to show.
Oh, go ahead. Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it was one of those things that popped up while we were working on the book. I had never seen it before, and I have it here. I have it here with me. It's Casablanca was making. They made a few record dividers that you can sometimes find on auction sites for Alive or Alive 2 or Destroyer. We found a record divider in Belgium, France and Belgium by the distributor Vogue, which again Bear had never seen before. I had never seen before, and it's I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Yes, I can. Yeah.
Yeah. So these are little things, that you couldn't buy, but you could see in the record stores. It's
so, and that went like in the record bin to separate the Kiss albums from the Led Zeppelin albums or whatever, right?
And you could see it was Kiss. It has the Casablanca, the Vogue, and the Destroyer sticker, and the catalog is listed. I don't know if you can see.
It's a little blurry, but I could say
zoom out.
Yeah. So one little thing that came out of right of the 70s in our hands, luckily, just in time to be printed.
That's now. What is that made of? Is that cardboard or? No,
it's plastic.
That's why I asked, because it sounded like it was making a noise. I'm like, oh, so it's plastic.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so there's hundreds of items like that are very odd, never seen before, impossible to find. So yeah, it's a great collection, a lot of eye candy, I would say.
Yeah, like I said, those are two items I've never seen before. Go ahead, Perry. You're going to say something?
To add to the story with Elaine's find was that I actually found that record divider at a friend's place, but he can't find his. He only had a bad old photo, and he basically looked all over his place to find it, but he couldn't find it. So we were going to drop that one. And then Elaine is out record shopping and finds one. And the odds on that happening is like nothing.
Right, exactly.
And they are not the same divider. There's two record dividers looking about the same, but they're not the same divider. So there's actually two different ones out there, people. And I'm missing both. So yeah, give me a call.
So reach out to you on Facebook or any place else. Right, if you have
one.
Just to add a little detail, the one on the photo that we were looking at was from the Netherlands. It had the distributor from the Netherlands, and up to the list went up to the solo album. So we can say late '78.
Right.
This one that I have here from France and Belgium stops at Love Gun, so it's an earlier version.
Okay.
So all those little things, we say it's the little things that we like to share and be nerdy about and let people know. There's hundreds and stuff.
That's exactly like the that. Same.
Absolutely. No, and that's one of the things I love is that all that little minutia type stuff is, like you said, there's hundreds of different things. And I'm sure Kiss fans picked up on when Per was showing his item, the Kiss logo with the regular S's as opposed to the lightning bolt S's, which was, I guess, typical for that time in Germany. So I just love all that type of stuff.
Unreal. I can't really drop the timing on this find with the record dividers. The odds on that happening is unbelievable.
It is. No, yeah. That's an amazing story. Absolutely.
The
amazing.
demons of rock were with us.
Well said. Well said. Did you guys have anything else? Now I'm going to push my luck. Right? I was going to ask before. Did you guys have anything else you wanted to show?
I didn't take anything else out, to be honest.
Okay.
I didn't know how much time we had, so
totally understand.
There's nothing close by.
Okay.
Either.
No, but there's a lot of items that you will see that you may have heard of, and like one that's to me very sentimental is a set of stickers from the Unmasked era that were in Belgium on that you could only find if you bought a certain brand of potato chips. So that and for a very short time. And to me, that's one of the huge, time travel thing of seeing those stickers again. So that's one example. And I'm sure if you are from I don't know, the US, certainly you'll see tons of stuff from the US, but also from the UK or from Switzerland or from France or the Netherlands or even Argentina, Brazil. We have stuff from all over the world. It's a really, really cool compilation of items.
It sounds awesome. And, I'm thinking of my friend for close to 35 years now. We guys, I think all know Mark Cicchini. He probably will have a field day with something like this. But again, I think it's also just for the average Kiss fan who enjoys reading about Kiss. And it sounds like it tells a story of what it was like going through those eras of those albums and the promotion behind it. And to me, that also is just very exciting.
Yes, every good book has to tell a story. And I think that's what we try to achieve. And Mark, of course, contributed a few items. Our list of contributors is again from all over the world, and sure. We couldn't have done it without them, obviously.
Without a doubt. And I don't know if I heard an answer for this before. There is text in the book also about the items, or is there no text?
Yeah. There's text explaining everything, because I hate the word for a guide, because it's not a guide. It's right. A showcase of items. But just like Elaine said before, you have a lot of stuff. You don't know where it belongs. You bought like a press kit is kind of like a Kisame kit. Maybe they tossed in whatever that was on the office that day, but every press kit has like a template of stuff that was for that release only. Sure. And then some had less and some had more. But yeah, it explains the way from first record to 1982, basically all items.
Yeah, we tried our best to make it fun and informative.
Well, I'll say this, the two items you guys just showed to me was fun and informative. So if that's just a little tip of the iceberg of what the book is like, the book's going to be amazing. No doubt about it.
It's the biggest book I've ever done, 220 pages. I was very reluctant. Per can testify. I didn't want to go over 180 because, well, for all kinds of reasons, printing costs being one of them. But after a while, there was just so much stuff that we went way over 180, and then we went over 200, and then 210, and then finally we had to settle to that number. So it's the thickest book yet that I've published. So it's gonna be a lot of eye candy for everyone.
Like we said from the beginning, I was into making maybe 2 books, like a volume 1 and 2. But it all comes down to shipping and printing prices, like Elaine said. And I don't want the book to be like dragged out when you put fillers in just to make pages. I want it to look good, and just this is a book I can stand behind 100%. And it turned out after a while we edited. I think we started for 150 pages. Dragged it out to 160, and we passed that somewhere around Rock and Roll Over. And I don't know.
Yeah. It was obvious that we would need more pages.
Was there an era as you guys put the book together that you enjoyed the most with the promotional items, like maybe Dynasty, Destroyer, whatever it is?
I think all that stuff is magical. It's so much not just for music wise, but it's a trip down memory lane. And especially if you're an American, you will recognize a lot of this from childhood, stuff you couldn't get in the record stores. You know, your big brother got it, or your big brother's friend got it, and you saw it from a distance or whatever. But yeah, it's a fun trip. All of it.
It's funny to me, like, and I said I'm not as big of a collector as paired with somebody like yourself, but I have a promo poster from Rock and Roll Over where it's got the Kiss logo in blue and then the album on the side of it, when it was in record stores. And for whatever reason, that poster from my childhood, I've had it since probably 76, 77. I've had it. That poster means more to me than almost any of the other posters I have. And forgive me, but as a kid, I actually cut the poster and I have the logo separate from the album cover. No. Well, because my doorway as a kid wasn't wide enough for the whole poster. So I cut the album off so I could put the logo above the door. And then I put the album somewhere else in the room.
Barry's having a mini stroke right
now. Yeah, probably.
I go into silent mode. We all been there. We all been there with the scissors. It's evil thing. Childhood things. Every time you see a scrapbook and stuff. And I'm a pretty avid paper collector. Apparently, I noticed last 10 years. And you see a magazine that you've been searching for 15 years, and somebody says, "But yeah, I have that one," and it shows it in a scrapbook cut to pieces. And I was like,
absolutely.
It is what it is. It's all good. It's all fun and games, and it's exactly like a childhood's supposed to be.
Right. And you know what? I've since taped my poster back together. I have it now in a book, but nobody's ever going to have mistaken it for a mint condition poster. But my point is, there's something about that poster. And I think knowing in the 70s and 80s and 90s that you couldn't just go in a store and buy it, there was something about that poster that even to this day is near and dear to me, even though it's cut up, it's taped, the tape is yellow that's on it, but it still means a lot to me, you know?
But it's connected to a memory. That's the whole thing. I mean, some of the stuff is not, it doesn't have to be the priciest item or the most possessed item you have. It's just, I mean, stuff you got as a kid, you still remember where in your childhood room you had it, on what wall, and together with what posters or whatever. And it's that connection there is very special bond, in my opinion, even with or without scissors. That's a winner.
I agree, and
You're
I
forgiven.
Yeah, and I love all those store promos that they had with like the solo album Arrow that they had. You know, it showed that this is where you get the answer. All those things just bring back great memories to me. And I could say as a fan, I definitely look forward to seeing some of those items in this book and really like kind of looking through it, and also seeing the things from other parts of the world that maybe in America in 1977 I didn't know that they had this promo item in Yugoslavia or you name it, wherever it may be, right? So I think that's really cool to see those kind of things as well.
It's funny you mentioned Yugoslavia, because we actually have something from Yugoslavia in the book.
Wow.
I
said Yugoslavia and I was like, why did I choose that place?
I should have said from Argentina to Yugoslavia. Why is pretty down the alphabet? That's pretty good too.
Oh, that's funny.
Zimbabwe. Yeah.
Well, one thing that surprised me, to answer your earlier question, was that the amount of items we had for Destroyer and Rock and Roll Over. Those two are definitely the ones where they went all in with promo. So those two chapters are huge, and again, we couldn't include everything, but you really see that how when and where they take off in terms of promotion. It's definitely from Destroyer on,
right.
And the page numbers and the number of items speak for themselves.
I'll be curious to see, especially the solo albums section, right? I'm assuming you did a section on the solo albums, because there's something that's always like very interesting about that era of the band to me. So I look forward to seeing that.
Very true.
Unreal campaign there as well. A shitload of cash for just promotion.
Yeah.
Mr. Kenny Ryback and the boys in the office did a good job. It's a lot of stuff.
Agreed.
To say the least.
Awesome. Well, we said before, March 14th. Anything else, guys, that you want to talk about for the book? Let's give the website one more time, if you guys don't mind.
Sure. If you want to get a copy of The Demons of Rock, the promotional extravaganza from 1974 to 1982, go to kissontour74-83.com. I'll say it one more time slowly. kissontour74-83.com to pre-order your copy.
And I'll add this: don't sleep on ordering this book, because if history is any indication, every single one of your books have sold out in the past, and they now sell for much more money than you were selling them for. Don't make that mistake now. Go order this book before it's too late. It'll not disappoint. I guarantee it.
Bulk up.
Excellent. Well, thank you guys both for joining me today. This was great. This is exciting for KISS fans. We look forward to the book, and I thank you for taking the time to share a little bit more information about the book with me and the fans today.
Thank you for having us.
All right. Take it easy, everybody. Thanks. Go order that book right now. Don't miss out. Go do it now. See you, everybody. Later. All righty. There you have it. I'd like to thank both Alan and Per for taking some time and sharing some great insights on their exciting new book, The Demons of Rock. As I said during the show, you definitely don't want to wait and miss out on this. Alan's books are always great and always sell out, and I'm sure this one is going to be no exception. So go place that order right away before it's too late. Once again, thanks a lot, guys, for joining me on the show and sharing all the great information about your book. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button below. If you're listening to one of my podcasts, subscribe over there as well. Also, head on over to Facebook and follow my page, The Rock Experience with Mike Brunn, where each and every day we talk about all the rock and roll music that you love. You could also follow me on Instagram and Twitter as well. That's it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. See you all next time.